Welcome back to Michael's Kitchen, and today we've got red beans and rice. So as you can tell, I'm a little jelly. Drew and my other friend in Indiana have the ability to go to yachts. I don't. So as you guys saw, one of our videos we did the andouille mac choux, and I will put a link here for that. And I sent that to Jeff in Indy, and he said I had red beans and rice from yachts. So I got a hankering for red beans and rice. So I'm gonna make it here local, and I'm not cheating. I'm not using the Instapot. I'm doing it raw, 3-hour simmer. But what do we need for our red beans and rice? First, I'll make rice later on. But what do we need right now? I've got a trinity, which is 1 bell pepper, 4 stalks of celery diced, and 1 yellow onion chopped up. I've got 2 ham hocks. I've got 2 andouille smoked sausages that I'm gonna slice up here in a minute. 3 bay leaves, 2 tablespoons of slap your mama. You guys know that from our other video. Some dried thyme, about 1 teaspoon of dried thyme, 6 cloves of garlic, 4 cups of chicken broth, salt that I'm gonna adjust, some Louisiana hot sauce for when it's ready to serve. And I did soak overnight 2 pounds, actually 1.5 pounds of red beans, red kidney beans. I soaked them overnight and they're softened up and they're ready to go now. So I'm gonna dice up my andouille and we're going to the pot. I've got my pot over medium heat. I hate ordering this and having 1 or 2 pieces of andouille, so I make sure to slice those 2 lengths, and I prefer this shape. Some places dice it up like Popeyes, but I like the rings. So I'm gonna coat the bottom of my pot with about 1 or 2 tablespoons of olive oil, and I'm gonna simmer this over that heat and get all this oil flavored up with this andouille sausage. I'm gonna give it some color, and then we'll go on to our next steps. But for right now, enjoy the smell of andouille and olive oil. That's been going about 4 or 5 minutes. You can check out that color in there. Smelling phenomenal in the kitchen already. So I'm gonna get this out. To this pot, I'm gonna add another tablespoon of olive oil and add in my trinity, the celery, peppers, and the onions. I'm gonna saute that off. Not trying to cook them through because they're gonna be in this stew, but I do wanna get all the fond off the bottom of this pot. And I wanna start softening up the veggies. It's smelling really good, but look at the color I've got on the celery, the peppers, the onions, and I got all the fond off. I'll go to my next steps now, which I'm gonna add in my garlic at the bottom of that pan. And again, when it gets fragrant is when I'm ready to go to the next step. We're not trying to burn the garlic here. All we're trying to do is get the flavor out of it and incorporate to our dish. Literally a minute, tops. At this point, we're gonna go to our next steps, which is to add our beans. And I mentioned 4 cups of chicken broth, but I wanna make sure this is covered. So I'll go 4 cups and I'll do the rest with just cold water. That's 4 cups, it's probably gonna be 6 cups total. Make sure it's covered and submerged underneath the liquid. I'm gonna raise the heat to high. I'm gonna add in my thyme, my slap your mama, the basil leaves. Get that a quick stir. And then I'm gonna add in all our andouille sausage and the juices. We want all that flavoring. You know, we work hard to build flavors. Don't get rid of it. I haven't added the salt. I'm gonna let this simmer for about an hour and a half before I go in and taste and see how we are in salt. But I'm not gonna forget our 2 smoked ham hocks. Yes, you can get them in the market. We're gonna let that come to a boil. I'm gonna let this simmer for about 3 hours, stirring, I don't know, every 10, 20 minutes, stirring and incorporating all the flavors. This took us a few minutes, but I'm gonna adjust temperature because this is the simmer or the roll and boil that I want. I don't want this boiling and evaporating and reducing. I just want to simmer, get the pork to release all its flavors, all the flavors combined, and obviously break down the beans. So like I said, I'm gonna stir this for the next couple hour and a half, couple hours, hour and a half. I'm gonna stir this occasionally, every 10, 15 minutes, and make sure that it's boiling and coming along, or simmering and coming along. 2 hours in and it's coming along nicely. It's smelling good, the flavors are melded, and finally the beans are breaking down. So I'm gonna go another hour, but I obviously wanna thicken this up a little bit. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take my ladle and crush some of these beans. You guys saw on our bean soup video, I put in some pinto beans, some refried beans to thicken it up. That's all I'm doing, is just gonna go ahead and circle around it and mash some beans up and work on our thickness until I'm happy with the consistency, or the consistency that I'm going after. But for right now, just plugging away, probably another hour before we plate and serve. Smelling good. So for this batch, it took me 3 hours and 10 minutes. But as you guys can see, come look. Look, I broke down the beans. You see how thick it's gotten, luscious. And I've got the ham hocks falling off the bone. The andouille sausage is giving off all the flavor. I did not add any salt. I didn't. But it's looking good, right? Mm-hmm. Triple M likes the Popeyes red beans and rice, but it's always spicy. Then she gets mad because it's just like spice. So I'm gonna go ahead and serve myself up a little serving here. Hopefully you guys can see that. And I told you, I hate going to restaurants and seeing this serving size without any sausage. It's like, I came here for the red beans and sausage. But anyways, finish this off. First off, Drew and Jeff from Indiana trying to make me jealous because I don't have my bread. I got my bread, and I'm gonna top this off with white rice, some scallions, fresh from Carolyn's garden, and some Louisiana hot sauce, because we're going, I haven't even tasted to see if it's spicy. I don't even know if I need this yet. We're gonna find out. Nothing left to do but to taste. So this has been a work in progress. You guys have been following along. Let's see where we're at. If we're even close to what I was after. The beans are broken down. Louisiana hot sauce bring a little flavor. The slap your mama like the last time gives you a little burnt throat, smoky hit. Triple M, what's going on?
I don't like that.
Sausage. And I got my bread. Guys, if you like this video,
Like the video.
comment down below if there's anything you want us to try or make, and subscribe for more. That said,
A buen tiempo.
I'm getting my little care package for Carolyn. I know that some people are coming over to taste, right? Mm-hmm. See you guys next Friday.